Okay, so in addition to taking viewer submissions for deck list, I also take what I call build around submissions. So this was a submission for a viewer where they requested don't get rid of my Zoe, my heart skipped a beat there. Requested the combination of Zoe plus Ashe as our two champions. So I think there's a couple different ways you could build this archetype. You could build it a little bit more aggressively slanted, but what I've chosen to do is to accrue a little bit more card advantage at the top end of our deck. So even though our curve overall is fairly low, with cards like Babbling Berg and Star Shaping, we have staying power as the game goes long, which is nice. Babbling Berg is honestly probably one of my favorite designs in Runeterra. I love cards like this that technically look random, but through deck building, you can mitigate their variance. So the way this deck is constructed, Babbling Berg is basically copies of Ashe 4 through 6. Ashe is the only unit in our deck that has 5+ power, so Berg is guaranteed to draw her when he comes into play. The bottom end of our deck is just various good cards in these regions, goats, sentries. We've got Hush in addition to Flash Freeze and Troll Chant. We're playing a couple copies of Rhymefang Wolf as an initial way to help us control the board a little bit. Some Tavern Keepers and Trappers to help keep us alive. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this here today and see how it feels on the ladder, huh? Aeko, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, Berg being in treat with a body is great. Yeah. And honestly, it's better than in treat in a lot of situations. I get to play two champions and still know what it's grabbing, right? Which is nice. Yeah, it's an in-treat. Normally in-treat, you don't play two champions. Well, also, one thing that's really sweet about this build is both Omen Hawk and Zoe are excellent cards to play on the first turn of the game, so getting to play 6 awesome 1-drops feels really good. Hey, Chrissy, thanks for contributing some channel points to boost the stream. And everybody else that's done that. That's technically true. When we trap her, Berg can draw the Yeti as well.
Look at this reality! Look how sparkly! How can someone be so boring?
Don't be boring, opponent. Zoe's judging you. Let's add a cock command for boost, actually.
Ship time!
Well, I was gonna say I want to play this to generate some card advantage, but I think I definitely want to play a 5/5 here. Yeah, the username Unbanned Twin commented on how long it's been since Twin was legal this morning, too. In an appropriate fashion.
Explosives primed.
They're playing Legion Saboteur. It's interesting. Murdered my Zoe, you monster. Hey, thanks for the 11 months, Roller Dude. Welcome back. Perfect. Joke's on you, opponent. I replaced Zoe with a bigger Zoe.
Her people. Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly!
Yeah, Bookie's a card not often played in the opponent's archetype either. They don't have great attacks here.
My money, my rules.
They're playing Ballistic Bot. Opponent's got a lot of sweet ones, it looks like. Oh, we do still have the free Splinter Twin emote, don't we? That's funny. Oh, wait, that's a tier 2 emote, right? I cleared some of the magic ones out, but I left them in tier 2 and tier 3 emotes because I had slots, so I didn't have stuff to put in them. I think we're just taking the otter. Okay, but what if instead we didn't kill my Zoe?
What did you catch?
What you doing over there?
This is a mistake.
Ready.
My money.
Damn it.
They don't open attacks. We'll probably probably Ice Veil Archer this. Hush sounds lovely too. Hush, little Jinx now, don't say a word. Yeti's gonna stuff you in a box. Defense! Defense! Hey, thanks for the 25 months, Wolfie. Back up to a casual 20 here. No big.
Just you and me, fish bones.
And them. Does their deck play Guillotine? I don't really know what their deck plays. Opponents playing a bit of... Opponents playing a number of atypical cards in the discard deck.
Watch your step.
Morning Bile. This is Vlad Skargard's rating group. You're probably not alone in that. That deck is particularly popular. So, Moonglow this. Bad against Get Excited, good against Missile. Bad against Mystic Shot. What are the odds they can't play this? I feel like I'm supposed to just pass here. On the off chance they could play that and make a missile and they just didn't yet.
A true Freljordian welcome.
OG Kid, thanks for the follow.
Can you improve perfection?
It's a created card for the bot. That's funny.
They're out there. I'll spot them.
I'll spot him.
I'm ready.
Can see the Demastian border from here.
Safety disengage.
Well, I mean, I can't attack into these anyways, so might as well block, right? And the second Jinx immediately after we killed the first is a tough nut to crack.
In Avarosa's name.
Yeah, the opponent's got a number of off-meta choices in their deck, but the normal established discard archetype is very good in general. It's been consistently put up good results for a while. I think the typical discard aggro deck was probably one of the biggest winners from the Go Hard nerf. While I don't think the opponent's archetype was unplayable, while Go Hard was having lots of dominance, I do think that it was the aggro deck that was weakest to it. I mean, if they rocket us, we draw 2 cards, so we're not just dead, depending on what we find. Yeah, Bookie plus bot is neat, for sure. Okay, I have 12, so this could find us a 7 that we can play. Does this make a thing and then this happens? It does. Wow, that's sick. So this does this, and this gains us 2 here. And then I'm taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not dead to the rocket this turn. Oh no! I can't cast this because I don't have a target on my side. Wow, brutal. Oh, we would have been dead to the rocket anyways, right? I miscounted? Yeah, I miscounted. Rough. Yeah, the second jinx immediately following. Second jinx immediately following the first one dying was a little bit too tough to keep up with. Star Shower, the Meteor Shower Jinx would have saved us. I mean, maybe. Nah, I mean, like, they still have a whole giant board full of stuff, right? Like, they still have a bot, they still have another thing, they still have elusive threats. So, like, you're right, I could have done that to not be dead to the rocket, but we weren't winning that game. Twisted Fate Gangplank, eh? A full mulligan, looking for our Zoes and our Hawks. Never lucky. What are the odds of finding a 6, one of our 6/1 drops on our mulligan? Population size 46, sample size 5. We're only 58% to have what we're looking for there. It's lower than I was expecting. Right on time, Hawk. Welcome to the party.
I'll buy us some time.
I think I just want to trade early and often here against their Twisted Fate deck that has kegs in it.
Nothing escapes my watch. Safeguard our elements.
You got me. I guess that technically triggers their Gangplank, huh? So it's not all wasted.
My selection speaks for itself.
Yeah, preventing Gangplank triggers has value too, for sure.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
I think not. a gem here in case they have another deal too. Obviously, with something like a flock, I'm sad. Oh, they're just triggering that. Sure. Wow, they're playing flock in their non-swing deck.
Continue without me.
I guess they must be more mid-rangey, generating card advantage with things like this. This makes our flash freezes a lot better. Should we should it survive?
Like hold it, partner.
A true Freljordian welcome.
Patience.
Leaping into action.
Tread carefully.
Wonder how quickly the boost takes effect once we hit the threshold. We might actually clear it today. And this is kind of the tough part with Ashe decks. Like, our opponents had a lot of things that like kill our things that play to the board, and now I've got like all of these freezes with nowhere to go essentially. Hopefully the troll chant lets us keep this alive and have a shot here. Give him the claw, chat. He likes to pinch. BMC, thanks for the follow. The boost is a new Twitch feature that does not appear to work on mobile at the moment. It's in the channel points menu on PC.
There's plenty of killing left.
Okay, well that just works. That's great. You did a boost in the iOS app. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Check the channel points option. See if it's down there. You can do it on mobile. Okay, sweet. Man, the little wolf that could, huh, chat? So you have to troll chant first. So just to explain the interaction there, just troll chanting this makes it a, god damn it, Rex. Just troll chanting it makes it a 4/4 with 3 damage with the damage marked on it, so it would still die to flock. However, hushing it changes that. Hushing it wipes the bonus toughness off of it, but it keeps its current total toughness. BMZ, thanks for the follow.
I will unite the Freljord.
I think the boost challenge gives an unfair advantage to channels who have points and don't use them outside of default uses. Yeah, I think that's super true, Goody Bones. Actually, that's actually a thought that crossed my mind. Like, the fact that my channel has meaningful uses for channel points that I've come up with on my own puts I'm like, we're hitting it, so maybe it's not a big deal, but like, it's definitely true that people that don't give their viewers stuff to do with channel points by default will be at an advantage under the system because they don't have anything else meaningful to spend points on.
No backing down.
I think this is the play. That'll do, pig. not a whole lot we could do there. We did what we could with what we had, but the Rex being their last card into second top deck Rex, not a whole lot to accomplish there. Yeah, to be fair, talking about I think the boosting says the number of points required to boost a stream scales based on how big your channel is, and like the shillings threshold here for this only requires what, 100. What's 290? My brain is totally farting. 290 divided by, it needs 145 people to contribute points to it. So like based on the size of my channel, 145 people being able to contribute points isn't that many. I appreciate everybody that's doing it so we can see what it does, but the average channel points are, you earn about 200 channel points per hour is what the average is.
Message from. Oh, hey, what's that?
Well, I don't think the boost appears every day. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get an email about it, so I'm not fully sure how the system works. I need to take some time and read through the details. I think I want to play Goat before I attack here. Get triggers from both of these on the attack. I think I'm fine trading this down into here to get a thing.
Who's that you got there?
Here's the brutal truth about content creation, Magus Edge. If you are a random person who's going to start streaming on Twitch, you have a next to 0% chance of your channel becoming successful. Almost every person who is successful in content creation is only successful because they had an audience from somewhere else first, or they networked and knew people who had audiences that they could host them into. Occasionally, you can get a niche audience in a smaller game that doesn't have much of a community to start with and get started there. But for the most part, people just don't watch smaller streamers. That's just the reality of what it is. Like, and to just explain even further how it works, like, even someone of my size, it's basically impossible for me to stream any popular game on Twitch and gain viewers and followers while I do it. If I change to Fortnite or Rust or whatever any of the popular games are, I actually grow my channel less slowly than streaming something like Magic or Runeterra, because of the size of my channel. In Magic and Runeterra, in these card games, I'm a big fish in a small pond. And that's not a conspiracy, that's just like how these platforms work. It's even more, the metric's even more depressing than that, Drew. So a majority of people stream on Twitch to 0 to 1 viewer. Tenaruli, thank you for the 7 months of Prime, by the way. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
I gotta show you the sights of Bridgewater. The sights are fine. The smells, on the other hand.
I think we're just passing here. I'm not certain that Grand Plaza needs a nerf. Reddit might call me an egomaniac, but I'm just telling you how reality works. The only reason, and honestly, to kind of give validation to what I'm saying being true, the only reason my content the only reason I was even able to become a big fish in a small pond, like card games, is because I had some notoriety beforehand, right? Now, I think I'd rather frostbite this and kill it when they challenge me. Getting 10 viewers on Twitch is a massive success, Sunox. Getting double-digit concurrent viewers, getting double-digit concurrent viewers puts you in like the top 5% of Twitch streamers or something like that.
Time for violence.
So we get to do this into this, kill something here. Yeah, and that's what that said there. Like, people, it's so weird to me how people talk about, like, oh, Twitch doesn't do enough to help promote certain people, but like at the same time, people should just think about how they watch Twitch, right? It's not Twitch's fault that nobody watches a majority of the people on Twitch. It's how people watch Twitch. Most of the people who watch Twitch, when they turn on Twitch, they don't go look for random channels. They look at their list of people they're following and they pick someone from there that they're already following. Is how it works in reality. Let me get sharp-sighted here and be real sad. And then the other thing too is if you're not clicking from someone off your follow list, like let's say you are actually looking for someone new or no one that you normally watch is currently online, what you do after that is you look for a game that you want to be watched played, and the majority of people, when they open a new game to watch on Twitch, they click into one of the top 1 to 4 people in that game category. When was the last time you scrolled down far enough in a game category to find someone new, right? Like, and I'm sure there's some people in chat that are gonna tell me, hey, I do that, and I believe you, but you are the exception, you are not the norm. This is about to level and murder us. Yeah, definitely super dead here. I mean, Twitch has even done stuff like there was a thing at one point that caused a lot of feedback where on the Twitch mobile app, Twitch defaulted to not sorting channel categories by viewers low to high. And like people were upset that like the category wasn't sorted by viewers low to high by default. Yeah, but Pengu Power says is correct. I actually think, and that's part of why I was able to grow initially too. I had a small audience from playing Star City Games Opens and my professional Magic background, but the fact that card games, when you think about it, are technically like lots of little different games all under one category, right? Because things like Magic, Hearthstone, Runeterra, these are things where you open the category and instead of necessarily looking for the people at the top, you might go, oh, I'm looking for people playing Constructed or Expedition or Gauntlets, or their title says they're playing a specific deck type. Card games are actually easier to get discovered in than most categories on Twitch, and it's still very difficult. Digging into some stats, if you stream to 20 viewers, you are in the top 0.8% of Twitch streams. So 20 viewers puts you in the top 1%. That's, yep. You know, I'm pretty confident that I don't know what it is that YouTube doesn't like about my content, but like, I'm pretty confident at this point that my experience of YouTube being worse for discoverability for me personally is atypical. Because a lot of people say, oh, Jeff, it's easier to get discovered on YouTube, but like my YouTube channels just basically don't grow at all. They're very, very small for the amount of time that I've been on those platforms and putting content up on them. And in fact, with the change to Runeterra, my one Jeff Hoagland YouTube channel is hemorrhaging like 500 viewers a month or 500 subs a month for the last 4 months.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
So I actually, Drusa, I wouldn't be surprised if the pandemic actually made the average viewer count go down a little bit, because while there's definitely more people watching Twitch, there's also more people streaming.
These big as tombstones.
Right, I'm ready. Rise, metal brethren.
Yeah, and like, I'm not gonna stop doing YouTube stuff. It's like fairly low effort, and I know it's helped my stuff a little bit, but like the rate at which, like, for to give you an example, in 2018, my Twitch channel gained more followers than my YouTube channel has total subscribers in almost a decade. Just in context of discoverability and how the platforms have grown for me personally.
Can you improve perfection?
Ricky's vid, yep. Yeah, and that's why, like I said, one of the best ways to grow is coordinating with other people that make content that have audiences and getting some of that crossover.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Scale of 1 to dead, where's this Ashe at? Probably the dead side of the scale.
As the arrow flies.
Maybe I'm supposed to play Zoe pre-combat there.
Beautiful. Inferior design.
Like most things in life, it's who you know. That's exactly correct. Yes, yeah, Among Us jump-started a lot of people streaming that had middling results. Because of their ability to have their audience come from a new person.
Continue without me.
Yeah, I mean that's how most people find stuff, Glitch. Like for example, on days where I'm streaming Runeterra and Alan or BBG or Swim take off, my number of followers goes up significantly for the day because of there being less people streaming in the game category.
Fire till nothing moves.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly!
There is truth in blood.
That's kind of terrifying.
All the world on one arrow.
Nah, there really aren't like must buy deals or anything like that, Drusa. You just buy the cards you want. Runeterra does a really good job of like not making you feel pressured into doing things that you don't actually want to be doing. Squirtle Squad, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. Ah, pink hair, Jeff. It's been a while. Been years at this point, huh?
trapped in the ice.
Show me a target.
They're coming! Hide!
Inferior design.
Yeah, Camboni. And people at that viewer level too, like people that consistently break like 2,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch, they can realistically live off of ad revenue as well. That's about the stage of the game where
Can you improve perfection? Join me if you want to live.
if we can continue dodging Sajani, we might have a shot here.
Safety disengaged.
Harsh Winds is nice. That could potentially give us a decent lethal attack with Ashe next turn.
I'll scout ahead.
There is no man, only wall.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and Babblingberg here, because Babblingberg is guaranteed to draw Ashe, which is a flash freeze with this in play.
Never know what hit him.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this trade, and then we'll play Tavern Keeper, and then we'll have good open attacks that they can't block. So you're telling me people aren't here for engaging in the flashy moto leagues? To be fair, I hit full-time streaming status before I ever touched Arena. I broke 1,000 concurrent subscribers and put the kids in daycare to try and grow this while I was just doing moto content. It's been a hot second, but that is definitely where I started. Am I gemming something here? I'm gonna lose the mana anyways, right? Might as well.
Prime and ready. Rise, metal brethren.
So we've got 3 freezes plus this is a 4th, so we'll get to attack them here. And they won't be able to block anything.
I'll lead us to victory. Quickly now.
Survey says, so again, Ashe's leveled mode says enemies with 0 power can't block. Missed it.
A new Freljord will rise.
The Freljord will rise. Ashe doing Ashe things. It still blows me away that if you cultivate a space, you have 3x as many people paying you money versus people just watching. So something that's important to understand about how Twitch works, Hunox, is I can actually show you a metric here. Stream summary. So this gives you a good context into that. This was a stream from, this is the stream so far today. So far today we've averaged 335 viewers, but there's been over 2,000 unique viewers in here over the course of the day. So streaming, you have a really big turnover rate throughout the course of the day. I'm gonna full mulligan looking for our 1-drops here throughout the course of the day when you're streaming. So even though my average viewer count isn't anything insane, the raw number of actual people that come through the channel over the course of the day is higher than I think you'd expect it to be based on based on the average viewer count. I think I'm just treating this to deny them a thing here. It's like 1 mana gain of life, you don't get a star chart. Seems fine. Is a Finn. Thanks for the follow, by the way, if you're still here. Sorry I missed that a few minutes ago.
Match with Zoe. I'm a serious artist now. I paint sparkle flies. Oh, you're interesting. Spilled.
Correct, Silence. I can always tell when I'm talking with advertisers, I can always tell which of them understand Twitch and live streaming as an industry based on what metrics they care about. Like, whenever I talk to an advertiser and they tell me total follower count is a metric that they care about, it's an easy way to know that they don't understand Twitch as an industry. Because total follower count is basically complete bunk in terms of how useful it is in measuring the reach of an influencer or person on Twitch. Like, there's people who have, you know, mid 6 digits worth of followers, but their average viewer count is like less than mine is at 60,000 some odd followers. Yeah. It's also very easy with things like Gleam giveaways to artificially inflate Twitch followers, YouTube subs, Twitter followers, stuff like that. Those you have to be following me in order to win type things.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
I will unite the Freljord.
I'm not supposed to play this out. I don't really want to attack into the goat anyways, do I? I think I should just attack with these two there. If they pass, I might just burn mana here.
How can someone be so boring? Celeste, paint me and Stomper playing catch with Zoe. I'm a serious artist now. I paint sparkle flies. There.
You gave away Runeterra pets to people that were following you on Twitter. I actually didn't require people to follow me on Twitter to get pets, or let me rephrase that. I didn't tell people they had to be following me to win pets on Twitter, and then I actually generated numbers at random to pick people to give pets away to, and there were people who weren't following me that also didn't have their DMs open, so I couldn't message them to tell them they'd won, so I picked somebody else. So, for the sake of convenience next time, I probably will say, hey, you need to be following me to win, so that doesn't happen. But I just had people message me decks that they liked off, or reply with decks that they liked off my website, and I didn't want to require following me as a requirement for that.
Let's do it over there.
But then there were people who I couldn't message. Body's excited to get Pale Cascaded here.
Unify the tribes.
Ancient things trapped in the
Edkins second, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning.
Ask me about dragon. I just may have an answer.
Feels like we're in a pretty bad spot here.
Easy to dragon?
That's a big one.
Get in the portal!
Yeah, there's a wisdom level on us here too. So far, I'm feeling pretty whelmed by this. I feel like Frel and Targan aren't really regions that go well together. Like, Hush and Flash Freeze kind of feel like they do similar types of things. It feels like both of these regions have overlap in the kind of supporting role that they fill when you're building decks with them. And it doesn't really feel like they complement each other particularly well in terms of shoring up the weaknesses or oversights that the different regions have. We're also really bad at having our 6/1 drops on one.
There a message from... Oh, hey, what's that?
Yeah, like Zoe, for instance, right? Like, our deck doesn't have a good way to interact with this card cheaply to take it off the table, right?
With a little time, I'll have a breakthrough.
Right on time, Omen Hawk. Welcome to the party. Ooh, we're almost at the boosty goal. 261 out of 290. I beat Sparkle Flies.
shining gifts from the sky.
I'm gonna Zoe here, because if they attack with their Zoe, I could block plus Harsh Winds. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and Flash Freeze. Over there. Artie McFarty. Oh, Twitch names. So if we don't draw the Yeti next turn, Babbling Berg should pick it up for us. So we'll get to play a Yeti next turn regardless. We're gonna have 5 total mana. 4 for this and 1 for a Yeti.
Are they still here?
I went through what I don't own in Runeterra, and I will never have a complete set because Maokai's champion spell is not worth a rare wild card. You'll probably open it eventually via random stuff, K-Smith. Steve on the run. Thanks for running into Hoaglandia this morning. And if our opponent disconnected here. Toddy Spronkles, thank you for the 2-month of Prime. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. It looks like our opponent's DC'd, unfortunately.
Will no one listen? Poor man.
Oh, does this not draw the top unit? I assumed this drew the top unit, but that must not be the case, huh? Let's just grab a random one. It's a random 5+ cost, okay.
Can I paint you?
It might be right to double chant on the Zoe to play around Pale Cascade. Does playing Berg shuffle the deck? It does not. Also plays around this. Yeah, I probably should have just clicked OK there. Just let the Zoe's trade. Our Lenore, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Okay. We've got these along with some other icicles here. So we're going to play these two out, and that'll give us 1 mana left over, so we'll have 2+7 for 9 next turn. So I could technically level Ashe and attack next turn for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
What did you catch?
Are there cards that shuffle in Runeterra? I'm actually not sure offhand.
Her radiant blessing.
Anybody know the answer to that?
My arrow? I think not.
Do I want to attack for 16? I feel like the answer is no. I feel like I want a Babbling, Stalking Shadows. Is that true? Place the rest into your deck. Place the rest into your deck. No, Stalking Shadows doesn't shuffle. It inserts randomly.
Amarosans, stand together.
Back later.
Patches! Thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Have faith.
Once I'm freed, that's the second
Warm
thing
hearts and hot soup. No time for soup. We've got to
I
move.
star.
We've gotta move!
The time is right.
Hush, little A soul, don't say a word. Alley-oop. Fight, 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 fight. All right, hopefully they're dead. We're gonna harsh winds and then attack.
I do love an audience.
Avarosa, guide me. As the arrow flies.
Ice, ice, baby. Be-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Hush, hush saves them here. Hush, hush lets them.
In times of crisis and aspect descends, the herald of reshaping of worlds. End it.
Does that save them too? I think that saves them too, right? Because Zoe... Yeah, they can jump block with Zoe now? That's actually really scary. What is the hush bug? You can't double hush something at the moment. So if you hush something and then they pump it up again and you go to hush it a second time.
Quite enough.
Wait, I'm confused. Right, why did they hush that and not this? I mean, Zoe has the power here. They can throw Zoe under a bus and not be dead. Are they missing it? Are they missing the fact that their Zoe gained a power? I think they're missing their fact that their Zoe gained a power. Yeah, they just missed it. Okay, like, obviously our opponent could have had a chance there if they would have hushed differently or blocked with the Zoe. We had another Harsh Winds in hand, so I think there's a good chance we're still gonna win that game, but we definitely... And again, like, that's why, like, worrying about the specific record we have with the given deck isn't really a good thing to do. Both wins and losses can be to mistakes like that. No, it's a bug hatchet. So silence, in addition to wiping all of the text off the card, silencing also resets something back to its base stats. So you used to, something changed in this patch to not allow you to hush something twice. They could have hushed their own follower to block. That also was an option too, Sailor. You are correct. Good 1-2 curve here. As much as I like Hawk on one, I think I want to Zoe into Goat and then get strikes for both of these, which sounds good. Yeah, opponent had a lot of permutations of things they could have done there. Opponent is on Lucy and Hecarim. I passed there in case they have a way to make ephemeral units to challenge our things, like they play the make 3/1/1s. I don't want my Hawk to die. Onslaught of Shadows, sure. Is Ashe a Lisa deck? It is not. There is a Ashe Thresh deck that made the rounds a little bit. That's a Harrowing Ashe deck. That's pretty reasonable. I played a bit of that back in the day. I think it's probably still fine if you wanted to poke at that. Danger Noodle? Danger Noodle? I think I want to open attacks here, so that way, if they have like a Sharp Sight, I don't have to worry about Sharp Sight getting Zoe.
Push back the darkness.
Stomp, stomp, stomp. Hopefully, Ice Veil Archer plus Trouble Bubble can let Zoe survive next turn. And if that happens, there's a good chance we can level her the following turn. That being said, if they have something that makes a lot of ephemeral units, obviously that won't be an option.
Winter, take you.
Ice, ice, baby. Do 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 do. So she's 6 out of 10. Yeah, I just don't have a way to get her leveled this turn. We could roll Spell Shield. Okay, yeah, that's true.
How's it going? Riddle me something cool.
My gun does the talking.
This is mercy.
Are they gonna force us to kill Senna?
Bring in the heat.
Yeah.
We're gonna need more coffins.
He was leveling, but he wasn't gonna rally.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly! Chase me!
Chat. Lucian takes 4 things to level, for reference. Oh, he already saw Shark die. You're right. You're right. The shark the previous turn came in and out real quick. They definitely should have left an elusive back. Well, I guess if they left an elusive back, they wouldn't have, what's the word I'm searching for? They wouldn't have been able to, I would have been able to chump block Lucian on their first attack to gain extra life. What's going on, Ruin?
They're out there. I'll spot them.
I'll spot him.
Shadow approaches.
Crescent Strike?
What's in here? Danger noodle!
Hush it is. Yeah, when we missed on the strike, we needed the hush proactively. Okay, if I draw a card she hasn't seen played yet, she'll level next turn.
Look out for
So this block is great, because it gives me an extra chance to do that.
alert the village.
I can also gem this to kill this now. Yeah, that attack seems loose.
The trap is set. Don't get in my way.
Times of crisis and aspect descends to herald the reshaping of worlds. End it!
So, they're not dead, because they can block with Lucian. They are going to get to rally here, which is scary. Do I want a troll chant to save this? I think the answer is no. Could go either way on that, though. Looking to dodge second Hecarim here.
You weren't always this way.
I forgot how slow time moves.
The problem here, Chad, is I have to survive 2 more attacks. I think it's Doggo. I think I need to do this because I need to survive They need to survive a bunch of combats here still. Oh, does the opponent not realize that they get another rally? Yeah, if they would have hooked this here to trade with this, they would have gotten to attack with this again this turn, so that's real good for us. Was that a good draw? If so, why? Please explain.
Slow down, will you?
Slow down, will you?
Here we go.
Here we go. Ice, ice, baby. Do 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 do. Nice ice, baby. Under pressure. Do 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 do. Maybe I'm supposed to hold up Troll Chant there.
Over there.
Over there. We played 4 Celestial cards this game. We're gonna be an 11 with Overwhelm. Shields up. Do 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 do. I forgot we leveled Zoe. Yeah, we really need we need some kind of emblem area on the stream for sure. On the overlay where you could see lasting game effects like that. So this deck was fine. We won some games, we lost some games. I think as a whole, this one felt like a little bit of a miss to me. Like I mentioned earlier, the kind of Target and Freljord don't really feel like they complement each other particularly well in general. Both Target and Frel with things like Hush and Troll Chant and Flash Freeze, all of these cards kind of fill a very similar supporting role. And I think that mixing a bunch of these cards that are largely supporting cards together feels like, feels not stellar a lot of the time. I think we won games because the Ashe package was good, but I think pairing that kind of Ashe Frostbite package with either Noxious or Demacia, or even, what's it called? We're going to be playing against soon. The Bilgewater stuff feels like it complements what the Freljord package is doing more than anything. The Hush alongside these other kind of Frel effects felt a little redundant. Things like Goat and Zoe were fine. They're good cards in general, but I don't really feel like overall what I was gaining from Targon with the Ashe package really felt like it was fixing problems that the Ashe cards tend to have on average. I don't understand your question, K. Smith. Yeah, she's like just fine, right? So I think if you really wanted to play these two champions, this build felt fine. But I think in terms of like what an Ashe deck can do and what a Zoe deck can do, I didn't find it particularly exceptional at either of those things. All right, we're gonna